Just found out. Hello fellow broken-hearted. Married 12 years. Together for 15. 2 children, 8 and 5. We've worked opposite schedules for years. Me in the day, she at night as a waitress. This so the kids wouldn't have to be in daycare. She's always been very insecure. Basically accused me of cheating our entire relationship. I never once did. I grew tired and resentful of always having to defend my faithfulness. But I remained a committed, loving husband. Never went out. Always let her sleep as late as she wanted and I'd take care of the kids. November 20th was my daughter's birthday. I'm at work, in the middle of a huge, high-pressure project. She texts me I can't do this anymore, and she proceeds to end it via text, on my baby's birthday. I said okay. She then changed her mind, begged me to work it out. I initially said no, then eventually relented. She said, I'll quit the bar, go to counseling. I said okay. She went to get ready for work, came downstairs and said I can't do it, too much pressure, and left. I texted her, is there another man? She said, does it matter? What the hell? She admitted to it. She had been sleeping with an old school friend who started frequenting her bar. Turns out he does shady crap. Real winner. And because our iPhone are synced, he was in my contacts. His thumbnail pic, the two of them kissing. Got it. Completely. So, we separated. Agreed on split custody. As a knee-jerk reaction, I went out immediately and started dating. She told me it had been over with this guy for a while, but she slept with him again once during our separation. She got tested for STD and is clean. Thankful for that bit of mercy. Her reason for the affair was that she felt emotionally abandoned by me. No passion, just roommates, blah blah. The usual, I suppose. She thought I didn't love her anymore. We kept things civil for the kids, no fighting. Amicable. She said several times that she tried to think of ways to make it work, but she knows being the man I am I could never forgive her for cheating. And she couldn't live that way. I said right. I ended up dating this Irish gal. I'm a musician and did very well in my few weeks as a single guy. No problems there. It was fun. Well, it masked the pain. On December 21st I ended up sleeping with this woman. The next day, my wife texts me, did you play last night? Did you go out with a girl? Did you sleep with her? I was honest. She lost her crap. Oh, the irony. She was a mess and I told her to come over and I'd take care of her. Just offered comfort, support. She wasn't angry, just devastated. Next day she tells me she felt my love again and felt so safe with me. She asked if I thought I could ever forgive her, and will I fight for our marriage. Long story short, we are back together, in counseling. She is looking for other work. Our passion is back and we've reconnected. A lot of love making, talking, making time for each other. It's been great. She hit rock bottom, said she was out of her body, didn't care about anything and was on self-destruct. She has real issues from her past too that caused her insecurity. Father abandonment and other stuff. Her sister. Not her, but while she's there, she is going to go to a therapist on her own too. She has constantly expressed true remorse, guilt, shame. Now she's fearful I'll change my mind and leave her. We're working through that stuff. I do believe we have what it takes to come out of this stronger, closer. I need to make changes too. She said the turning point was a few months back when she came to me with a list of things she needed from me. 1. Flowers once in a while. 2. More affection, attention. 3. Help around the house. Because I was resentful of the cheating accusations, I said no, I wouldn't do those things. She said that's when she turned away. But I am having a hell of a time dealing with her infidelity. It's brutal, as you all know. I think I'm doing good, then it comes to mind, and it shatters me. I did all this reading about forgiveness and are you man enough to forgive your wife's infidelity? And the power of letting go. She goes on about how amazing I am. What a strong and kind man I am for giving her a second chance. But man alive, is it hard? I've made the choice to reconcile. She's thrilled. The kids are thrilled. I hate not having control over my emotions and the pain. I still get struck with disbelief, bewilderment that it actually happened. But it did. Does it get easier? It'll never go away. I know that. Am I weak for taking her back? Am I a fool? Is it my ego that makes me question? This ducking sucks. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. If anything like this happened again, that would be the end. No question there. And she knows that. Can't believe I'm giving her a second chance at all. The other man is banned from the bar. He's a fugitive anyway. Sadly, because of finances, she can't quit until she has another gig lined up. She gave me her passwords and has been bringing her time sheets to me to prove she's coming straight home. She hasn't heard from him in over a month. As for the girl I slept with, I didn't use her like that. I really liked her. She was super cool. I was totally honest with her. She was mad at first but then thanked me for my honesty. I wouldn't use someone like that. The only saving grace, yeah right, is that they were friends since elementary school. So it wasn't a random thing. They were actually boyfriend, girlfriend when they were kids. She hid it from everyone, although some people at her work figured it out. They all detest him. She got a couple of them telling her if she ends up with this guy, their friendship is over. They are all relieved he's out of the picture. The bouncers have been instructed not to let him in. She had a job interview Friday and had another one this week. I talked to her again last night and reinforced that she has to leave. She even got a reference letter from her boss, who thinks she should go too. If she doesn't leave that job, I'm out. She knows this. She's humiliated and embarrassed and swears up and down it's all on the table. He's gone, and if she hears from him in any capacity, she'll tell me. Every person in her life saw her slip away, completely change. She was doing bad things with him. She's been off work for a week, and when not with me is with the kids, so I know where she's at, and she's not using. She's canceled several shifts to be at home with me. I believe she is genuine and remorseful and has left that all behind. I've known her 15 years, even though she cheated, but she's back to herself. She's putting in the work. I'll keep a close eye on things. She knows this is her one and only chance. I'm at the point where I could walk away today and be great. I have an amazing career, an avocation as a musician, songwriter, and confidence. I am choosing to reconcile because I think we can. But if anything goes down that I'm not 100% cool with, I'm out. She knows this. I've made the choice. But man, it's a hard pill to swallow. I love my wife and I'm willing to work this out. But I'll drop her like a hot potato if she betrays me on any level. Now or 20 years from now. She knows this. This is her one chance. I would do just fine, in fact great, without her. I won't ever forget that. And neither will she, if she does. Come to think of it, I miss dating already. The first time my wife saw me was when I was performing with my band. That's what she fell in love with. Until we split, I hadn't performed in 2 years. Lately I've been playing out again, which she said she misses so much. She's been craving to see me play live again. So, I'm taking her out tonight and playing live for her. We're dating again and really enjoying it. Who knew? At the point I was with this girl, my wife had told me to move on and be great. She even told me she was sure I was going to be a dad again, and that it ruins her. But she would be happy for me. I don't think she expected me to move on as quickly as I did though. She said that definitely lifted her out of her fog and was a reality check. She apparently established a relationship with OM's teenage daughter. On Monday she told her she can't speak to her anymore. I guess this poor kid has a messed up father and mother. They both are not good people. But she told my wife this idiot has a new squeeze and has no intention of contacting my wife again. He also gave her his word on that, whatever that means. She sent him a NC text, asking him to leave her be and that she was committed to our marriage. I guess he said he'd respect that and hasn't contacted her since. She also toasted any mutual friends they had on Facebook. She's a mess, yes. However, throughout this entire thing, even when we were separated, she professed her love for me. Now it's probably 10 or 20 times a day. No question, our marriage was extremely broken, and she has a lot of deep-seated emotional problems. But at this point, and for the past few weeks, it's been brutal honesty, constant communication, and a recognition by both of us what was wrong with the marriage. She's always acknowledged her own problems, but we never did anything about them. We've both accepted responsibility for those shortcomings and are focused on fixing them, and we're doing pretty damn good. She ended the affair weeks before she left. She was trying to fill a void with this guy, and it didn't work. We do have 12 years married together though, and for us, and for our kids, I'm willing to try a genuine R. And so is she. If it doesn't work, so be it. But we're both trying and trying hard. Went to counseling today. I brought up that I was having a real hard time with the flashbacks of her cheating. We talked about that a bit. She's doing good work. We are doing well, communicating a lot, being honest. However, the therapist pissed me off with a couple things. My wife was talking about dealing with my questions. For one, how could you do this to me? The therapist piped up and said, but you didn't do this to him. Then she looked at me and said that makes it sound like you are a victim. As far as I'm concerned, I am a ducking victim. A victim of my wife's betrayal and infidelity. She, the therapist, also tried to shift the blame of her affair over to me, saying I contributed to it happening. I may have contributed to the state of our marriage, but I refused to take any blame for her affair. I also told her how I was flabbergasted by the fact that she put me at risk for STD, put my and my children's well-being in danger by being around this guy. How could she do that? Is there a reason the therapist would not want me to see myself as a victim? Am I not? My wife also said she's afraid she has broken me, and that I will never be able to really forgive her. Honestly, I don't know if I can. Right now, the betrayal is all-consuming and I just don't see being able to get past it. My wife is doing everything right at this point in terms of I just don't know if I have it in me to get past it, to forgive her. I want to, but can I? I told my wife this morning I refuse to take any blame for the affair, and that I am most certainly a victim. She agreed and said she doesn't want me to take any blame for the affair. She's still at the bar. I told her if she's not out right away, I'm out. She said before I can't do a desk job. Bull crap. I said if you really care about this family, you'll take anything you can get, and not in a bar. Actions, not words. Let's see what she does now. I am in control here, not her. I hold the cards. If she doesn't put her money where her mouth is, I'll bail in a heartbeat. She left me before I found out about the affair. When I did find out, 4 days after her leaving, it was difficult. But now that I am with her again, and we are working at R, it's even harder than at first, because I'm with her. When she was out of my life, it was way easier. Out of sight, out of mind. Now I am with her and it's so very difficult. The The flashbacks are far worse and more painful. I'm so used to being able to make a decision and sticking to it. But I'm waffling here. I despise that my confidence and trust have been compromised. Her insecurity is worse now. She's wanting to know all the sordid details of my tryst with Irish girl. She's obsessing and waiting for me to have a revenge affair. If she can't get past her insecurity and lack of self-esteem, can she ever be trusted? I am so angry about the danger she has put us in. Unprotected crap with the other man. The danger we are all in case he decides to do something crazy. Now I sit up at night wondering what went bump in the night. I'm shopping around for self-defense crap. I'm not sure she could have screwed us over any worse if she tried. I need you. I can't live without you. I don't deserve your forgiveness. What have I done? I'll speak. Small update. She's at a job interview right now. She's down to 2 days a week at the other place. She has an appointment for IC on Tuesday. So, do I. Last night we went to my mom's for dinner. First time she's seen them since this went down. She got a little drunk as she was scared. We ended up in an argument. We planned to go out for Valentine's Day, and she brought up my folks babysitting the kids that night. She then pissed me off by saying you were going to forget to ask. This is the kind of stuff that's really important to us. Don't forget about this stuff. I lost it. I said she is in no position to ask me for anything right now. It got heated and I told her to go to her friend's house. She sat on my lap and grabbed my face, yelled at me to fight for this. Not to give up, but if I really want her to go, she will. She then told me that during our separation, the kids were the only thing that kept her from eating a gun. She is so damaged. I told her I felt trapped as I know she'd go off the deep end if I end it, and that I worry about the kids with her in that state. She just keeps saying she is going to spend the rest of her life making up for this. She's so thankful for this chance. Please let her make it up to me. She also said she needs lots of love from me and that she knows it's unfair of her to ask anything of me right now. But she needs me to be strong for her. She told her mom she was going for IC and her mom cried. She knows she needs help. I'm still really struggling. I go back and forth 1,000 times a day on whether to stay or not. She's so damaged. I do feel trapped. I know she'll go right back to self-destruct if I end it. Duck me. How can I be expected to be the emotionally strong one right now? I want to but I'm still torn as to whether I can handle living with the betrayal. I do love her, and I love being with her. And by and large we are doing well. She is really working hard. She definitely owns her issues and wants to get help. This is a therapist she had seen several times a way back. She likes her a lot. This therapist is moving away soon but will do Skype sessions. I told her again last night I'm on the edge, and I don't know what will happen. She says she will do anything to regain my trust, but she doesn't want me to live in fear. I don't want to live in fear or in anger. We're 2 months from D-Day, 2 months and 4 days since she left me. She's put off and emotional that I'm not being romantic enough, that she needs to be treated like a princess and for me to gush all over her, texting me from the bathroom that she's in tears. She's been super gushy, romantic, loving, sweet with me, but I can't reciprocate that this instant. She apologizes for being so needy but she is. 2 months since this went down, back together for one, and I'm expected to be a hopeless romantic. We've been hysterical bonding, and she said she thought bonding and romance go hand in hand. Maybe, but now, I'm still bleeding for crying out loud. She's a genuinely insecure, needy, messed up person. But regardless of her intentions, what the hell? I should not be feeling any guilt here, right? Well, we are 6 weeks into we have been spending a huge amount of time together. Talking, loving. She expresses her remorse and guilt almost daily and thanks me for rescuing her. She has been doing a lot of heavy lifting. She is so different, back to her happy self. She's struggling with being happy because she feels guilty about it. Doesn't think she deserves to be happy. I keep telling her it's okay. She's doing IC and gets a lot out of it. She told me that back when she was seeing this therapist, 3 or 4 years ago, she told her about her fears of my cheating and the accusations. Apparently, the therapist told her you are going to drive him to sleep with someone else. Sure, enough she did. After she slept with someone else, she's quit her job and found another one 5 minutes from home. She accounts for all her time and makes sure to ask me if anything is happening out of our routine. Other man has moved far, far away. The pain of the infidelity is not as razor sharp as before. It's slowly fading. I made the decision to try and forgive and be happy. We are doing very well and she showers me with love, affection and compliments. I am slowly starting to show her the affection she always wanted and taking care of her most important emotional needs. We still are bonding every night, and it's incredible. She's very anxious to put it behind us and start our new marriage, but she understands that I'm not yet where she is. This is still fresh for me. One thing she reminded me of that made it a little easier for me to forgive is that when she asked me for those 3 things months back, more affection, occasional flowers and help around the house, not only did I say no, but I also told her to leave and go to her mom's house. 2 hours away at night in the rain, I was quite brutal. She said that's when the shift happened and she gave up on the marriage. I had blocked out my terrible treatment of her. I asked her why she didn't leave me before she cheated, She admitted she was afraid I'd kick her out and take the kids. No excuse, but she was honest about it. She tells me every day she will spend the rest of her life making this up to me. How proud she is of me, and she can't believe how strong, loving and kind I am for giving her another shot. So, things look good and I am optimistic. I am still and always will be ready to leave instantly if she betrays me again. She keeps saying she'll die before she hurts me again, and that if I walk out tomorrow, she'd be devastated but would understand. Anyway, I'm cautiously optimistic, and I see how messed up our marriage was. I truly believe we will be better and stronger. In many ways we already are. Well, this was probably a mistake. In searching for answers, I downloaded all of our texts to each other since May or so. Watching the entire thing unfold was surreal. Last night she admitted that she often got off work early, like midnight, and would be out with piece of crap other man. She always told me she closed. That's why she would get home at 4:30 a.m. One giant source of tension between us was that she was always exhausted, sleep deprived, and this turned her a bit crazy. I always let her sleep in as late as she wanted, all day on the weekends, and I took care of the kids. She would always bark, "Don't expect me to be all peaky on no sleep." Now I find out her exhaustion was brought on by lies, deceit and sleeping around. I also realized all the times she said she had too many drinks after work and was staying at her girlfriend, that she was out sleeping around with other men. I also saw how loving I was, and her to me in these texts, and it was all bull crap on her part. She begged me not to read the transcripts as she knew it would make me angry, but I was compelled. Now she sensed something is wrong. I loathe this. I was in severe emotional pain last night. I questioned her on more stuff, which she answered. She's being totally open. I said I couldn't do it last night. I was going to leave. Too much pain. She talked me into staying the course. Again, I can't ask anything more from her. She's doing everything she should. The love she's showing me is overwhelming, and I do love being with her. Got to give it more time. I was obsessing yesterday. Not good. But there are still things I need to wrap my head around. She told me not to look for answers, because there are none. It doesn't make any sense and she doesn't understand it either. She's just super remorseful. Sitting there last night, being so torn, not having answers. The struggle is real. 2 years ago, her crazy father contacts her on her birthday after no contact for 30 years. This flips her upside down. She was a mess. I contact him and tell him to cease all contact or I'll mess him up. She is appreciative but torn on how to feel. Right after finding this out, her mom ends up in hospital, paralyzed and all messed up. They think it's a stroke. It wasn't. But whatever it was caused by the stress of the dad situation and her overwhelming guilt. WW was devastated by this and started to derail. Total meltdown. She continually asks me to call her during the day as she feels she's not important to me. I don't. A couple months later she sits me down and tells me she's hurting and needs the 3 things from me. Call her once a day, flowers occasionally, and domestic support. I tell her no. She has all of me. I'm not doing those things. I tell her if she's not happy, then leave. I tell her to leave the house and go to her mom's, 2 hours away. It was night and raining, until we figure out the logistics of separating. I was cruel. She begged me to stay and I eventually relented. She's knocked down by my reaction. She said it was really difficult to ask me those things and she did not expect my reaction. She's devastated. However, she continues to hold out hope that I'll start doing those things. I don't, and she sinks deeper into depression, believing I don't care about her. I have this great career and she's nothing. She got lonelier and sadder and more depressed. In comes her junior high crush, a guy she pined over. Get this, she carved his initials into her leg as a teen. The scar is still there. He comes in every night and starts stalking his prey. Enrolls the fog, makes her feel special and wanted. She feels appreciated and feels he's a peer. She's feeling like a lowly waitress. He's a thug biker. They're both messed up people who develop an emotional connection. He persists. She relents. She ends up getting off early from work and going out boozing and doing blow with this imbecile. She has a 6-month affair, breaks it off, then 1 month later leaves me because of the guilt. She said the guilt and secrecy was eating her alive. For those 6 months she not only betrayed me but blew off her friends and family. Everyone saw it. Not me so much, because we almost never saw each other. I walk in from work, she walks out to go to work. I asked her how she pulled off the lying. She said there wasn't much she needed to do as we never saw each other. So it wasn't that hard. She says looking back she felt she was crap. And this is obvious by the fact that she ended up with such a bottom feeder. She said she didn't think I loved or cared for her and figured the marriage was over anyway. When I asked her why she didn't tell me or come clean, she said she was afraid I would kick her out and take the kids. I most certainly would have. So, some cake eating there no doubt. She said she was on a continually downward spiral and was going to keep going that way. Things changed for her when she found out I was with someone else and I comforted her. She said she felt safe and believed that I really did love her after I showed her that kindness. But she didn't want to get back together because she knew I couldn't forgive her. I said I could. Maybe I spoke too soon. We'll see. But since we've been back together, our relationship has been pretty amazing. save for my episodes of doubt and reluctance. I see amazing potential for us to be great, and I truly believe she would never do this again. And this time I would listen and would see her falling off the rails. She's a damaged person and she knows it. Hopefully she can get herself together. For her own sake, she knows any further betrayal, on any level, will see herself kicked to the curb. Although I do love her, I am and will be forever in a headspace where I can turn off from her emotionally. Turn off my love in an instant, just like I did on D-Day. She knows I will be happy and move on without her. And that my prospects are very good. I've never had a hard time attracting the ladies. I have an amazing career and a musical gift. I also happen to be a good man. She sees all of this and tells me daily. I am willing to give our a real shot for now, and I think it could be really good. But the ties that bind us are tattered and frail, and I will cut them at a moment's notice. I'm inclined to believe her about it being just one imbecile, as she confessed this after she had left and had no reason to lie at that point. She swore on our babies. I'm sure cheaters have said that before and were totally lying though. But I believe her. Watching her for the rest of my life, I will be diligent and vigilant, to a point. If I'm weighed down by trust issues for any length of time, I won't make it. Sadly, I'm gonna give me a reason headspace. I don't reckon that'll change. We'll see if that's sustainable. I had put up with years, 15 of them, of her accusing me of cheating and not loving her. And I was angry and resentful. I never came close to cheating but constantly had to beg her to believe me I was faithful. That began to wear on me and I felt justified at the time. That doesn't actually justify my harshness towards her. Just like my harshness towards her doesn't justify her cheating. But there was what I thought to be a reason for my anger. That being said, my coldness and dismissiveness proved to have deadly consequences. And I own that. I have some free counseling through work and have been to IC once. A dude. It didn't do a whole lot, as I'm not even sure what I'm looking for from it. She knows I'm angry and hurt. Sometimes it gets the better of me. If I wasn't taking the vitamin Z, I would be in full-on rage and anxiety all the time. I haven't forgiven yet. I don't even know what that means or how to do it, or if I ever can. Control. Well, I don't know. I feel somewhat safe knowing that I can walk away. So far, she's convinced me to keep trying. That's what I'm doing. Trying to work at R, but I haven't said I forgive you or promised that I'll stay. I keep saying one day at a time. So, the control I feel I have is over myself. In that I can disengage if I feel I need to. I have that option. I'm not trapped. If I can't do it and have to end it, the kids will be okay. I will be okay. But I want to try R and I know she does. But my trust is not restored and I have not forgiven. It's a process, and obviously it's going to be a long one. It's day to day, hour to hour. When I asked her if there was another guy, it was 3 days after she left. She openly admitted it. I grilled the hell out of her saying there were more. Who else? At that point we were through. Neither of us had any intention of R. She kept saying, why would I lie now? It was just him. She told me about the physical affair, where they did it, how many times. I said I know it's over. I just need closure. Please tell me the truth. She maintained it was just him. She had nothing to lose at that point, so why would she lie? Had an interesting talk with her. I again said now's the time to come totally clean, that I felt there was something missing. Mentioned that fears of cheating are often a sign the fearful one is cheating, and I thought there was more than the one other man. She said, you remember the only time I wasn't accusing or worried about you cheating was when I was. That's totally true. For 6 months she didn't mention it once, and that was a first. From her, I pray you can learn to trust me. I would have told you while we were apart. What did I have to lose? Nothing. I had lost all I had or was. No keeping anything from you, then or now. It's weird to live so truthfully but refreshing. Thank you. You didn't deserve what I did. I'll never forgive myself for hurting you that way. It's real heavy on my heart. Back to me. She is so insecure. She feels how tenuous this all is. I do too, as although I feel we are attempting a genuine R. I do have one foot out the door at all times. She is trying so hard. She still apologizes every day, cries and begs me not to leave her. Please don't hurt me like I hurt you. She doesn't want to go out in public at all. She used to be super social. Because she can't bear to face people. Her guilt and shame are overwhelming. It also caused a huge fallout with her family. My family has been forgiving because I'm trying to be. Her sister won't talk to her. She apologized to all her friends and most of them have forgiven her. But the consequences have been severe. Her sister and her have never had conflict. Her sis is the softest, most gentle person I know, and she is pissed. Alienated and deceived not just me, but everyone in her life. She's been talking about X herself. She keeps pleading with me to stay but doesn't want to make me miserable. She just wants me to be happy. She could not be more remorseful. But that doesn't change what she did. I'm still in limbo, I guess, and I still have no control over what I feel from one minute to the next. We decided to take a trip together. We've never done that. We are going to Sandals in Cuba. My mom called up the other day and said, we are going to treat you to this vacation. Wow, so kind. She is such a damaged person. I was snooping through her Facebook messages and found a thread that actually made me feel a little better. For the rest of my life, I'm going to prove to OP that what I did was because I thought he didn't love me. Not that I ever stopped loving him. She is in individual counseling, only been once so far. I'll send her again. This woman does help her. Did I mention during her meltdown she racked up 45 Kelvin in credit card and line of credit debt? And she had to file for bankruptcy. She wants to go. This therapist just moved away. She does Zoom sessions. She's right back where she was with the insecurity and low self-esteem. I actually feel more like the WS as opposed to the BS. In terms of the work I'm having to do to keep her from losing it, I resent that, and I don't have the capacity right now to do the heavy lifting for her. She keeps saying she knows, and I know I'd be better off without her. And I won't get past this. I think about the length of the affair, at least 6 months, and the deception. Being tired and sleeping all day because she was working late when in fact she had other people take her shift, and she went out and have a physical affair in the bathroom in his truck. She potentially exposed me to STD, over and over. I would race home every night after work, never go out, so I could get home so she wouldn't fear I was cheating. For years. Meanwhile, she's cheating, taking off work, racking up 45 Kelvin in debt, sleeping all day while I take care of the kids, and constantly justifying her behavior by saying she's so tired from work. How can I ever get past that? I can't, and I realize now, I am only trying R for the kids. If they weren't in the picture, I'd be gone. Oh boy, I don't think I want to do this. She keeps saying she'll be gone if I leave. So really, I'm only staying for the kids and so she doesn't do something stupid. That's not the right reason to stay, is it? Days later, I'm going to end it. I'm going to meet with my parents today to figure out how and what the best course of action is. I talked to my mom, and she says she can see it's going to tear me down, and how unhealthy we are. I am not doing what's in my best interest. I know that now. My comment, part 2 of this story releasing a few hours from this upload. Sub and bell and see you in the ending of this story.